Hey guys, Techie here with another tutorial, and today we're going to be talking about colour. It's a very broad subject, but I'm going to be going over some of the tools and techniques you can use to improve your the aesthetics of your designs. The first thing I'm going to show you is an external resource. It's outside of any programs. I've got it as a link here, so I'm just going to use that way to get to it. ColorSchemeDesigner.com. It's very useful, particularly aimed towards, I would say, website designers or more theme developers for things where, where you're going to be using colours quite a lot, rather than designs like image manipulations and logos. Despite that, it's very useful. There's several tools up here which you can use. I'm just going to go through each one. So the first one, you can find a colour, for example, like the greeny yellow, like a lime green, and I'll show you different variations of those colours that go well. And then you go to like complementing colours, where they're the opposites. These are contrasting colours which go very well together. You can hover over and you can see the hex code. And the other good thing is for web designers. So I'm going to go on to the tricolor now, and as you can see, it's got 3 sets of colours, and it shows you a nice, good colour scheme. So we've found 3 colours that we like. We can test on the website. So we're going to go on to the light example. And it shows us an example of like buttons and stuff, how it would look, how we should lay it out. And the dark example, of course. There's more darker colours, darker version. So I thought it was a very good tool to show you guys if you guys are doing like website designs in Photoshop and so on. It's just very useful to use. So going into Photoshop, I'm just going to open up a document for testing today. I'm just going to keep it square, so I think 1000 by 1000 pixels is nice. Oops, that's 100. And we're working on web, so like 72's good resolution. Getting to have it posting 75 there. So okay. So we've got a document now. I'm just going to show you some good tips. So first of all, we've got our swatches. So up here you have a selection of colours which you can use like quickly, rather than have to select a colour every time. One other thing you can do is you can click in this blank space here. You can name your swatch, so David, and then you can use your swatch as your colour. So what you do to change that swatch, sorry, to make your own swatch, is you simply find the colour you want. You could of course type in your hex code, or you could type in your RGB code by typing in the red and green and blue value. So I'm going to find the colour, don't need to type in the code. I'm going to find my pinky shade, click OK. I'm just going to add it to the swatch, so take a UK, click OK, and as you can see we've now got that colour, so we can use the exact same shade of colour. And it stays there when you close Photoshop. It's now saved to preferences. You can also right click it, rename it, delete it. So it's pretty useful. Another thing I want to show you is that I'm just going to create some text here. So take a UK, let's make that large. I'm simply clicking on the text icon and dragging outwards and inwards, putting it towards the middle. And I'm just going to go over my text just by double clicking it. And I'm going to select the pink colour, of course, so now it turns pink. So that's one way you can do it, just by selecting the pink colour. But another thing is, when you go to your layer styles, with text icon, with text, you have to click on the right side of the tab, double click, or you could right click, go down to blending, no, where's it gone? It's usually at the bottom. Oh, blending options, sorry, my bad. I don't usually access it that way. You can go to your colour overlay, and when you go to select your colour, you can actually pick any colour in the document. So say you had a picture in the background, you could select which colour you want and make it that colour. Let me just find an image for an example here. So I'm going to go into pictures. I'm just going to bring in this random picture, which I got from, really can't remember now. Let's just make that large, drag it behind our text. So we're just going to edit the text. Go to colour overlay, select the colour box, and as you can see, say I wanted it to match this blue shade here, and it would instantly change that exact shade, and so on. So I thought that was very, very useful. Or Soundly, sorry, that's where I got the image from. Yeah, Soundly is a great place to get free music from. So we've gone over our swatches. We've gone over changing the colour and using the colour picker. You can also use the colour picker to make a swatch, so you can use the colour picker here, and you can find a colour that you like. When you get the colour, as you can see, it changes here. Find a colour you like, and then you can make a swatch by double clicking naming it and clicking OK. So, another thing I want to go over is a great way to change the colour of something without having to go through and manually change every single thing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up a recent design I've made for someone. So I'm just going to go to my jobs file, Ginger Ninja. This is a guy's YouTube channel who I finished making last night. Sorry, so I opened up in Photoshop. I've only opened the image here, but you could do this with a Photoshop document as well. It doesn't have to be merge layers. In fact, I'll just open up the Photoshop document so it makes it easier. So as you can see, we've got a document here. And say he didn't want it to be orange anymore, he wanted it to be green, or he wanted it to be a specific colour that he gave me. So for the purpose of the video, just to experiment, I'm going to go to the colour scheme designer, just so I can show you how to get your code. We're going to pick a colour. And as you can see, we've got a colour here. So we can see the code in the box following our cursor is 7109AA. So we're just going to go over, we're going to click on our box, our colour box, and we're going to type in 7109AA. So as you can see, it's a purple, and as you can see, it's purple here. It's the exact same shade. So just going to click OK. It's got purple. And you're going to make a new layer all by itself. Above all the layers that we are wanting to change, we're going to fill the layer with our colour. So as you can see, it's here. And with our layer effect, we're going to go down to hue. So as you can see, it's now changed it all to purple, as simple as. However, there are sometimes different effects where you can use colour instead. As you can see, there's not much change here, but when you're putting it over an image, which find a photo as an example, I might have to get one offline because all my photos are compressed. So let's find a seaside image. I think it's good enough. Full size image, I'm just going to save it. Go to my downloads folder and drag it into Photoshop. Right, I'm not too bothered about quality at the moment. So as you can see, we've got our image here. I'm just going to drag the purple layer above it. And as you can see, when it's on colour, it changes the colour of everything, quite literally. Whereas when it changes hue, it simply changes where there is colour, so not black and white, it changes it to purple. So you still get more of a grayscale effect when there's like the white and black. So sometimes you can experiment and play around. Another thing I like using this for is when you've got a large image and you just want to make it a bit more exciting. What you can do is, I'm just going to open up this image in a separate document. Seaside. So in a separate document, I'm just going to create a new layer. And what we're going to do is we're going to get our brush and make it a bit large and soft. A little bit too big. There we go. And we're just going to play around with a few colours in this extra layer. So let's do a bit of red, and then orange, yellow. I'm just going to create a nice pattern of random colours on here. Like a rainbow effect. Blue. And then we always have to have a little bit of pink. In fact, let's use our techie pink. Right, so what we can do now is use this layer and go to hue and change it to multicolour. Or we can go to colour for a bit more of a stronger effect. But as you can see, I don't quite like that. One good effect if you're trying to do this, I can go to filter. This is on the colour layer, by the way, blur, Gaussian blur. And I can just soften the colours a little bit. I think that looks nice. Okay, as you can see, we've got. Probably not appropriate for this seaside image, but it would be pretty nice maybe for a city effect or one of your screenshots from a game. So I hope this tutorial has helped today. I've gone through colours and so on. I made the mistake. This is more of a tip video, which I'm planning on doing on Mondays. So I may save this till then. If you're seeing this then this comment will make no sense because this is on Friday. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon.